DayZ has just made a huge change that I don't think anybody saw coming, and something that really affects how you're going to play from now on. If you liked the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. What's he doing on the roof? Is it too soon for a One Direction joke? So everyone's talking about the new SC-17, the new optics and everything coming with the Road to Badlands update, but I actually think the biggest change in update 129 isn't the weapon at all. There's actually two I want to talk about. The first one, it's the economy, which they've completely revamped. And this is going to change how everybody experiences their first few hours in DayZ. So the developers have quietly made some significant changes to the central loot economy. And unlike a new gun or a new location, this affects every player on every map every time they spawn. According to the developers themselves, these changes actually began during testing back in April last year. Originally, they were designed to see how the new Nasdara map would play, but the feedback was useful enough that they're now bringing many of those changes into the live game. Their goal was simple: slow the game down, make survival matter more, and make decisions you make during your first hour alive far more important. And these changes have some actual real-world effects. Well, not real-world effects, but real-world DayZ effect. It affects DayZ the game. Most experienced players already know where I'm going with this. Spawn on the coast, find food, hit the police station, move inland, visit a hunting camp, then a military base. Eventually you end up with almost exactly the equipment you wanted. You might not get the weapon you want right away, but you always know how to get the weapon you want eventually. They say firearms will still appear in the places you'd expect, but there will now be much more intent behind where weapons appear. This, they said, will shift the game to a much slower pace and also increase the survival aspect of the maps, which reduces the reliance on PvP and also makes the early hours of the game much different to what people expect. Instead of running to get the first gun, you're basically running to get your survival gear, which honestly is probably the balance DayZ needs. This, I imagine, may come as a little bit of a backlash to the spawning system, where everybody said it kind of turned into a bit of a bloodbath. Now, even with the spawning system, which they've also altered in the past few patches, adds a lot more balance to the early game, and it's just much more consistent structure. But now, alongside the economy changes, update 129 is also bringing plenty of new content. I won't go through it all, I made a video, I will link at the end, but there's the SCR battle rifle, new optics, attachments, Caitlyn Jenner's old penis, just a bunch of things that they've added into the game. But probably the biggest change that comes with this update is now they've changed exactly what you will be able to find and made it more specific, meaning finding the specific gun you want probably won't happen. Now, I know this is going to be quite a controversial change for a lot of players, and a lot of players aren't going to like it. However, the benefits from this far outweigh the negatives, because they've removed the proceduralness of DayZ, as well as the potential monotony that comes with gearing up every single time you have to start again. But I'm trying to keep this video short, so let me know what you think in the comments. I do read every single one of them, and if you want more DayZ content or to check out the old update, click here. And as always, until next time.